Hey everyone, and welcome back to Dansplain.
It's great to be here.
You know, have you ever looked up at the night sky
Oh, yeah.
and just felt that, like, shiver,
Yeah.
knowing that there are billions and billions
Totally.
of stars out there?
It's amazing.
It makes you wonder, right?
Sure.
Are we really alone
Yeah.
in this massive universe?
One of the biggest questions ever.
And that is exactly what we're diving into today.
I'm excited.
On this deep dive.
Let's do it.
We've got this incredible report
Oh, cool.
called Are We Alone in the Universe?
I've heard of that one.
And let me tell you,
Okay.
it is packed
Yeah.
with thought-provoking stuff
Yeah.
about extraterrestrial life.
Alrighty.
So first up,
Okay.
let's get a grip
Yeah.
on the sheer scale
Okay.
of the universe.
Yeah.
The report starts
Uh-huh.
with our own Milky Way galaxy,
Okay.
which has what?
Yeah.
Hundreds of billions of stars?
At least.
At least.
Right. And that's
That's crazy.
our galaxy.
Wow.
And scientists estimate that there could be
Yeah.
hundreds of billions of other galaxies
What?
out there,
That's insane.
each with their own mind-boggling
Oh my God.
selection of stars.
So, okay,
Yeah.
trying to visualize that.
It's hard.
Hundreds of billions of galaxies,
Yeah.
each with hundreds of billions of stars.
Right.
It's like trying to count every grain of sand
Oh, I see what you're saying.
on every beach on Earth.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
Okay.
With all that cosmic real estate,
Yeah.
wouldn't it be
Yeah.
statistically improbable
Yeah.
for Earth
Right.
to be the only place
Yeah.
harboring life?
You're totally right.
Right.
Statistically speaking,
Yeah.
the odds are astronomically
Oh.
against it.
That's crazy.
This is where the famous Drake equation
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
comes in,
Oh, okay.
trying to make sense of these odds.
So hit me with it.
Okay.
What is the Drake equation all about?
So it was developed by astronomer Frank Drake
Okay.
to estimate the number
Okay.
of communicative alien civilizations
Wow.
in our galaxy.
Okay.
It considers factors like
Yeah.
the rate of star formation,
Uh-huh.
the fraction of stars that have planets,
Right.
and how many of those planets could support life.
Okay, so it goes even further.
It goes even further to consider how many of those planets actually develop life. And then even further than that,
Okay.
to think about how many of those life-harboring planets
Right.
go on to develop intelligent life.
Wow.
And then it even includes a factor
Oh my gosh.
for how long
Okay.
those civilizations might be detectable,
That's a lot.
which is crazy when you think about it.
It is.
Right?
So it's not just about finding any life.
Nope.
It's about finding
It's about finding intelligent life
intelligent life that can talk back.
that can communicate.
Right.
Yeah.
And there are so many factors
There are.
to consider.
It's kind of overwhelming.
The issue is that we don't have precise values for a lot of those factors. So it makes it more of a thought experiment.
Okay.
However, it highlights the crucial ingredients needed for a planet to harbor intelligent life,
Yeah.
which is super cool to think about.
It is cool.
Right.
It definitely gets the wheels turning.
Yeah.
But then we bump into this mind-blowing concept,
What's that?
the Fermi Paradox.
Oh, yeah.
If the universe is so vast
Yeah.
and teeming with potential for life,
Oh.
as the Drake equation suggests,
Right.
where is everyone?
Yeah.
Why haven't we made contact yet?
That's a great question.
That's a big one.
It's one of the biggest questions in science.
Wow.
One possible answer is the rare earth hypothesis,
Okay.
suggesting that the exact conditions needed for complex life
Yeah.
are incredibly rare.
What kind of conditions?
We're talking about a stable star,
Okay.
a protective atmosphere,
Uh-huh.
plate tectonics,
Okay.
even the presence of a large moon,
Wow.
all these things.
Yep.
So it's a combination
Okay.
of so many
Yeah.
unique factors
Yeah.
that makes Earth so special.
Precisely.
Wow.
The rare Earth hypothesis suggests that Earth
Mhm.
might be a cosmic anomaly,
Okay.
making the development of complex life
Yeah.
in other parts of the universe
Mhm.
exceptionally unlikely.
So we're really lucky.
We are.
Yeah.
It really underscores how precious our little blue planet is.
It does make you appreciate our pale blue dot
For sure.
even more, doesn't
Okay.
it?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked about the vastness of the universe,
Right.
but this report also delves into our own cosmic backyard,
Oh.
so to speak.
Okay.
What about the search for life
Yeah.
within our solar system?
Well, what's going on there?
Mars is a hotbed of activity for that,
Oh, of course.
being the most Earth-like planet
Right.
we know of.
Yeah.
There's a huge effort being made to study it.
Well, yeah, we've got those incredible NASA rover missions, Perseverance.
Yeah. Curiosity.
Yeah.
Sending back jaw-dropping images and data
It's amazing.
from the Martian surface.
Right.
What are some of the most significant findings that they've sent back?
So they found evidence of ancient lake beds
Wow.
and river valleys,
Oh, way.
suggesting that Mars was once a much warmer
Okay.
and wetter place
Interesting.
than it is today. And there have been seasonal spikes of methane
Okay.
detected in the Martian atmosphere,
Methane, what does that mean?
which could be a sign of microbial life,
Whoa.
past or present.
Wow. So maybe not little green men,
Right.
but possibly little green microbes.
Potentially.
That's still incredible.
We're still super cool.
What else do we have to look forward to
Okay.
with the Mars missions?
Well, there are already plans in place to bring Martian rock samples back to Earth for
Really?
analysis.
Wow.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Being able to study pieces of Mars
That would be amazing.
right here in our labs.
That's wild.
It could revolutionize our understanding
Wow.
of the planet's history
Yeah.
and potential for life.
Talk about a game changer.
It would be huge.
I can't wait
Yeah.
to see what those samples reveal.
Me too.
But we can't forget about some of the other
Yeah.
fascinating candidates for life
Yeah.
in our solar system.
Yeah.
The ocean worlds.
Oh, yeah.
What can you tell us about them?
These are moons in the outer solar system,
Okay.
like Europa, Enceladus, and Titan.
I've heard of those.
They might not be known for their tropical climates,
Okay.
but they hold an incredible secret.
What's that?
Vast hidden oceans
Boy.
beneath their icy surfaces.
Really?
Europa and Enceladus in particular
Yep.
are thought to have more water
Oh.
than all of Earth's oceans combined.
Whoa. Seriously?
It's crazy.
Oceans
Mm-hmm.
hidden beneath miles of ice.
Yeah,
Could they be teeming with life?
it's possible.
It sounds like something straight out of a science fiction novel.
It's a possibility that's too intriguing to ignore.
I agree.
And then there's Titan,
Okay, I've heard of that one.
Saturn's largest moon, with its incredibly dense atmosphere
Okay.
and actual lakes on the surface.
Really?
But here's the kicker.
Okay.
These lakes aren't filled with water.
What are they filled with?
They're filled with liquid hydrocarbons,
Like what?
like methane and ethane.
Methane and ethane.
Uh-huh.
Could life, we don't know it,
Right.
exist in such an extreme environment
It's a possibility.
that it really challenges our Earth-centric perspective
It really does.
on what life could look like?
It absolutely does.
Yeah,
Life on Earth is incredibly diverse,
it's true.
thriving in environments we once thought impossible.
Yeah.
So it stands to reason that life on other worlds might have found ways to adapt to conditions
Right?
that seem alien to us.
That's a good point.
Right.
Okay, so we've explored our solar system.
Yeah.
But what about the vast expanse beyond?
Right.
This report also talks about the incredible advancements
Hmm.
in discovering exoplanets,
Yeah.
planets outside of our solar system.
It's a really exciting field.
What's the latest on that front?
It's been a revolution in astronomy.
Really?
Missions like Kepler and TESS have discovered thousands
Thousands?
of exoplanets.
That's crazy.
And we're finding more all the time.
Wow.
It's staggering to think about how many planetary systems are out there.
That's mind-boggling.
It is.
Thousands of exoplanets
Yeah.
with so many planets out there.
Yeah.
Surely some of them must be in that sweet spot, the Goldilocks zone.
Yeah.
Not too hot, not too cold,
Yeah.
just right
Right.
for liquid water
Uh-huh.
and the potential for life.
You're exactly right.
Right.
A surprisingly high number of these exoplanets
Okay.
are in their star's habitable zone.
That's amazing. What makes this even more exciting
Yeah.
is that we now have tools
What kind of tools?
like the James Webb Space Telescope,
Okay.
JWST.
Which can analyze the atmospheres
Really?
of these distant worlds.
So we can actually see what gases are present
We can.
in the atmospheres of
Yeah.
planets light years away.
It's amazing.
That's incredible.
It is.
How does that even work?
It's super complicated, but basically it looks at the light
Okay.
that passes through the planet's atmosphere.
Uh-huh.
And different gases absorb different wavelengths of light,
I see.
so we can see what's there.
That's amazing.
And that's how we might find biosignatures.
Biosignatures. What are those?
Chemical imbalances that wouldn't be there
Okay.
unless life was present.
Interesting.
Gases like oxygen,
Nice.
methane, or others in specific ratios
Uh-huh.
could only be explained by biological processes.
Oh.
JWST has the power to detect those subtle signs.
That's incredible.
It's a game changer.
It feels like we're on the verge of some major breakthroughs.
I think so, too.
But hold on. There's another layer to this search
Okay.
that really piques my curiosity.
What's-
The report mentions technosignatures.
Oh, yes.
What are those all about?
Technosignatures are evidence of advanced technology,
Okay.
hinting at the presence of alien civilizations.
So we're not just talking about microscopic life anymore.
Nope.
We're talking about civilizations with technology.
Potentially far beyond our own.
Wow.
It could be unusual electromagnetic emissions from distant star systems,
Okay.
or even the detection of hypothetical megastructures built by alien civilizations.
Megastructures. Now that's something I'd love to see.
It would be amazing.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
let's talk about humanity's active efforts to find extraterrestrial intelligence.
Okay.
The whole SETI thing.
Right.
What's the latest there?
SETI stands for the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence.
Okay.
And it's been going on for decades.
Yeah, remember.
Becoming increasingly sophisticated over time.
It started with those giant radio dishes listening for alien signals, right?
That's the classic image.
Something out of an old sci-fi movie.
It's fascinating to think that pioneers like Nikola Tesla and Guglielmo Marconi
Well,
actually theorized about interplanetary communication
really?
back at the dawn of the radio age.
That's amazing.
But SETI really took off in the mid-20th century with projects like Frank Drake's Project Ozma in 1960.
Okay.
It's come a long way.
So now we have organizations like the SETI Institute,
Yes.
Breakthrough Listen,
Uh-huh.
and the Allen Telescope Array,
Right?
using advanced technology to scan the skies.
Those initiatives use powerful radio and optical telescopes to scour the cosmos
Wow.
for artificial signals.
That's incredible.
Breakthrough Listen in particular
Yeah.
is the most comprehensive SETI project to date.
Wow.
It's backed by billionaire Yuri Milner
Okay.
and was even championed by the late Stephen Hawking.
Well, they're not messing around.
They're serious about it.
But there's another side to this, right?
There is.
METI
Uh-huh.
actually sending messages out into space.
Right.
What's the story there?
METI stands for Messaging Extraterrestrial Intelligence.
Okay.
Instead of just listening,
Yeah.
METI involves actively broadcasting messages into space,
Wow.
hoping someone picks them up.
So it's like saying,
It is.
hey, universe, we're here.
Right.
Come say hi.
Exactly.
Have we actually sent any messages out there?
We have.
Really?
The famous Arecibo message
Oh, yeah, I've heard that.
was beamed toward a star cluster in 1974.
Wow.
Then there were the cosmic calls
Okay.
and the teenage message
Wow.
sent from Ukraine
Ready.
in the late 90s and early 2000s.
Wow.
There's an organization called MITO International
Okay.
dedicated to crafting these messages thoughtfully,
That's cool.
considering the ethical implications
Ethical
of
implications.
reaching out to alien civilizations.
That's interesting.
A big responsibility.
It is a big responsibility. It
Yeah.
makes you wonder,
Uh-huh.
what if we do make contact?
Right.
How would it change everything?
It's a question worth pondering.
It really is.
And while we're on the subject of sending messages out into the cosmos,
Uh-huh.
we can't forget about our interstellar time capsules,
Okay.
the Voyager Golden Records.
Ah, yes, those golden records
Uh-huh.
on Voyager 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Hurtling through interstellar space.
They are.
It's like sending mixtapes out to aliens.
They're like cosmic postcards.
I love that.
Carrying Earth sounds, images, music,
Wow.
and greetings in various languages.
That's beautiful.
It's a beautiful gesture,
Yeah,
a way of sharing a piece of humanity
right.
with the universe.
Well, like tossing a message in a bottle
Yeah,
into the cosmic ocean.
exactly.
But here's the thing.
Okay.
Even with all these incredible efforts,
Yeah.
finding alien life,
Uh-huh.
especially intelligent life,
Right?
is a massive challenge.
It is.
This report doesn't shy away from the uncertainties.
No, it doesn't.
What are some of the things we should be thinking about?
For starters, there's the issue of signal degradation. Over vast interstellar distances, even traveling at the speed of light, it takes an incredibly long time
Right.
for signals to cross those cosmic voids.
So it's like trying to hear a whisper
Basically.
from across the galaxy.
Yeah,
That's tough.
it is.
What other challenges?
Well, what if advanced alien civilizations use communication methods we haven't even dreamt of?
Right.
What if they're using quantum entanglement,
Oh.
neutrino beams, or some other technology
Yeah.
we haven't even conceived of?
Right.
Our current methods might be completely useless.
It's like trying to call someone on a rotary phone
I like that.
when they're having a holographic video chat.
Right.
We might be completely out of sync
Yeah,
technologically.
exactly.
Wow, okay.
And then there's the issue of timescales.
Okay.
Civilizations rise and fall.
Right.
A signal we receive could be from a civilization
Yeah.
that's long gone.
Yeah.
And a signal we send might not be received for thousands?
Oh my God.
Maybe millions of years.
We're dealing with cosmic timescales here,
We are.
where entire civilizations
Yeah.
could rise and fall
Right.
in the blink of a cosmic eye.
It's hard to comprehend.
It's almost incomprehensible.
Yeah.
But there's another mind-bending thought.
What's that?
What if future intelligences
Yeah.
aren't even biological?
Oh.
What if we're searching for something that transcends
Yeah.
our current understanding of life?
That's a question that really pushes the boundaries
It does.
of our imagination.
It really does.
What if artificial intelligence
Yeah.
becomes the dominant form of intelligence
Wow.
in the universe,
Yeah.
surpassing biological life?
Well, what would that even look like?
I don't know.
Would we even recognize their signals?
That's the question.
Wow, that opens up a whole new realm of possibilities.
It does.
So with all these challenges and uncertainties,
Yeah.
where do we stand on the likelihood of finding intelligent life?
That's the big question.
This report presents both optimistic and skeptical viewpoints.
Uh-huh.
Let's start with the optimists.
Okay.
What are their main arguments?
The optimists point to the sheer abundance of exoplanets
Okay.
we're discovering.
Yeah.
With so many planets out there,
Right.
it seems statistically likely that life,
Yeah.
perhaps even intelligent life,
Mm-hmm.
has emerged elsewhere.
Makes sense.
It goes back to that idea of the sheer scale of the universe, making it statistically improbable
Right.
for Earth to be the only inhabited planet.
So the more we learn about the universe,
Yeah,
the more likely it seems that we're not alone.
it does seem that way.
What about the skeptics?
Okay.
What are their main concerns?
The skeptics bring up the concept of a complexity bottleneck.
What's that?
They argue that while simple life, like microbes,
Okay.
might be common,
Yeah.
the leap from single-celled organisms to complex multicellular life, and then further to intelligent life,
Okay.
is a monumental hurdle.
Wow.
It's a very rare event.
It's like winning the evolutionary lottery
It is.
multiple times in a row.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then there are the dangers.
What kind of dangers?
Lurking in the cosmos,
Okay.
supernovae, gamma ray bursts, asteroid impacts.
Oh, yeah.
These events can wipe out entire planets.
Wow.
And potentially reset the evolutionary clock.
So it's like a cosmic obstacle course
It is.
for life to navigate.
It definitely presents its challenges.
Yeah, the universe sounds like a pretty hostile place,
It can be,
even if it's teeming with planets.
right?
So are the skeptics saying we shouldn't bother looking?
Well, they also point to the fact
Yeah.
that despite decades of searching, we haven't found any conclusive evidence of extraterrestrial life.
Right.
Especially intelligent life.
Yeah.
No signals, no artifacts, nothing definitive.
So the big question remains,
It does.
where is everybody?
We don't know.
It seems we're still in the early stages of this cosmic search,
I think so.
with a lot more to learn and discover.
Definitely.
This has been an incredible journey so far,
It has.
and I'm already buzzing with all these mind-blowing ideas.
Me too.
But we've only just scratched the surface.
We have.
We'll be back in part 2
Okay.
to delve deeper
Cool.
into the search for extraterrestrial life,
I can't wait.
exploring the latest technologies, the ethical dilemmas,
Uh-huh.
and the profound implications
Yeah.
of what it would mean to discover.
Right.
We're not alone.
It's a big one.
Stay tuned.
Will.
Welcome back to Dance Plane, everyone. We're diving deep into the question of extraterrestrial life. And as we discussed in part 1, the universe is a pretty mind-boggling place.
Yeah.
But the search itself is just as fascinating as the potential discovery, wouldn't you say?
I think so for sure. I mean, the search for extraterrestrial life is pushing the boundaries of science and technology in ways we could only have dreamed of a few decades ago. It's a quest that's as much about understanding the universe as it is about understanding ourselves.
And that's what I find so compelling about this whole topic. It forces us to step outside our everyday concerns and contemplate something much grander. You know, in the first part, we talked about those incredible ocean worlds like Europa Enceladus and Titan. It's amazing to think about the possibility of life thriving beneath the ice or in those methane lakes.
It really does challenge our understanding of what life could look like. We tend to have an Earth-centric view, assuming that life needs liquid water and a certain temperature range. But what if those are just our limitations, not the limitations of life itself?
Right. It's like we're just beginning to understand the full potential of life's diversity, both here on Earth and potentially out there in the cosmos. These ocean worlds are like a giant question mark beckoning us to explore further.
And we're doing just that. We're sending probes to these moons, trying to peer beneath those icy shells and unlock their secrets. It's like a cosmic treasure hunt. But the real treasure is the knowledge we gain along the way.
And the stakes are incredibly high. Imagine the headlines. If we found even microbial life in one of those alien oceans, it would be a paradigm shift, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It would be a monumental discovery. Think about how our understanding of biology, religion, and philosophy would be transformed if we confirmed that we're not alone. It would be a Copernican revolution on a cosmic scale.
It's hard to even wrap your head around the implications. But that's what makes this search so captivating. We're venturing into the unknown with the potential to completely reshape our understanding of reality. And it feels like we're at a turning point, technologically speaking. We're developing incredible new tools to explore the cosmos, right?
Absolutely. We're living in a golden age of astronomy. We have telescopes and space telescopes on the ground, and even telescopes that use gravitational waves to probe the universe in ways we never thought possible. The data we're collecting is astounding, and it's only going to increase in the coming years.
It's like we're drinking from a cosmic fire hose.
Yeah.
There's so much information out there just waiting to be analyzed and interpreted. It's an incredible time to be a scientist, especially if you're interested in these fundamental questions about life in the universe.
For sure. There's a real sense of excitement in the scientific community, a feeling that we're on the cusp of some major breakthroughs. And it's not just about the technology, it's also about collaboration.
Oh, absolutely. This report highlights the importance of international cooperation in space exploration. It's inspiring to see space agencies around the world pooling their resources and expertise to tackle these big, challenging questions.
Absolutely. It's a global team effort united by a shared curiosity about the universe and our place within it. And it's not just about the scientific discoveries, it's also about the philosophical and ethical questions that arise from this search.
Right. The last part we touched on Mitai, the idea of sending messages out into space. This report does a great job of outlining the different viewpoints on this issue. It's a complex debate with valid arguments on both sides.
It is. There's no easy answer. Some people believe we should be actively broadcasting our presence, sending out powerful signals into the cosmos, hoping for a response. They argue that if there are other intelligent civilizations out there, they might be just as eager to make contact as we are.
And maybe they have incredible technology to share. It's a tempting thought. But of course, there's also the potential for danger.
Exactly. What if we contact a civilization that's not so friendly? What if they see us as a threat or a resource to be exploited? It's a scenario that's played out countless times in science fiction, but it's a real possibility that we need to consider carefully.
We don't exactly have the best track record here on Earth when it comes to encountering new cultures. History is full of examples of misunderstandings, conflicts, and exploitation. So how do we navigate this dilemma? Do we reach out hoping for the best? Or do we play it safe and listen quietly for now?
Well, there's a middle ground, isn't there? We could send out messages that are more like cosmic greetings cards, sharing information about humanity and our culture, but not necessarily our location. It's like saying, hello, universe, we're here and we're curious about you, but we're not quite ready to give you our address yet.
I like that approach. It's a way of dipping our toes into the cosmic pool, testing the waters before diving in headfirst.
Exactly. That's the approach that organizations like MIDI International are taking. They're carefully crafting messages that are intended to be peaceful and informative, and they're thinking deeply about the long-term implications of sending these messages out into the cosmos.
It's a delicate balancing act, for sure. And even if we do receive a signal or detect something unusual, we have to be cautious about jumping to conclusions.
You're right. We could misinterpret a natural phenomenon as something artificial. The universe is full of weird and wonderful things, pulsars, quasars, gamma ray bursts. These can produce signals that might seem artificial at first glance.
So extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, as they say. We need to be rigorous in our analysis and interpretation of any potential signals. But even if we don't find definitive proof of intelligent life anytime soon, this search is still incredibly valuable.
I completely agree. It's pushing the boundaries of science and technology, inspiring people to think about big questions, and reminding us that there's so much more to the universe than we can even imagine. It's a search that expands our horizons both literally and figuratively.
And it's a search that, in many ways, is just beginning. Who knows what incredible discoveries await us in the coming years? We'll be back in Part 3 to explore those possibilities and discuss the profound implications of what it would mean to discover that we're not alone in this vast universe. Welcome back to Danceplane, everyone. We've been on quite a journey exploring the vastness of the universe and the tantalizing possibility of extraterrestrial life. We've covered a lot of ground, from the mind-boggling scale of the cosmos to the incredible technologies we're using to search for signs of alien civilizations. But one question keeps coming back to me. Let's say hypothetically, we do make contact. What then? How do we even begin to communicate with a civilization that could be radically different from us, with different languages, cultures, maybe even different ways of perceiving reality?
It's a really good question. It pushes us into the realm of philosophy and speculation. Some researchers believe that mathematics and physics could serve as universal languages.
Oh, okay.
After all, the laws of nature are consistent throughout the universe, right? So maybe we could find common ground through those fundamental principles.
So it's like Eames seesaw for everyone.
Exactly.
I like that idea. A cosmic Rosetta Stone,
I like that.
based on the laws of physics.
Yeah.
But even if we can communicate on that level, wouldn't cultural differences still pose a huge challenge?
Oh, absolutely. Even here on Earth, cultural misunderstandings can lead to all sorts of problems. What seems like a friendly gesture in one culture could be deeply offensive in another. Imagine trying to navigate those complexities on a galactic scale.
It's like that time I accidentally gave someone the thumbs up gesture in a country where it was considered a rude insult.
Oh no.
Talk about awkward. Now imagine making that kind of blunder with an alien civilization. The consequences could be much higher than just hurt feelings.
For sure. We have to be incredibly careful about how we communicate and what assumptions we make. It's like we're toddlers on a cosmic playground,
I like that.
trying to figure out the rules of the game. We need to approach any potential contact with humility, curiosity, and a deep awareness of our own limitations.
Toddlers on a cosmic playground. I love that analogy.
Yeah.
It really highlights the sense of wonder and the potential for both incredible discovery and hilarious mishaps. But thinking about this whole scenario really puts things in perspective, doesn't it?
It does.
Suddenly, our petty squabbles and differences here on Earth seem pretty insignificant when you consider the possibility of an entire universe of other beings out there.
Absolutely. It does make you wonder about our place in the grand scheme of things. Are we just a tiny blip on the cosmic radar, or do we have something unique to contribute to a potential galactic community?
Wow, that's a profound question. It makes you rethink what it means to be human. Maybe this search for extraterrestrial life is ultimately about more than just finding aliens. Maybe it's about pushing us to evolve as a species, to become more aware, more compassionate, more worthy of a place in that grand cosmic community.
I think you're right. It challenges our assumptions, expands our horizons, and ultimately makes us more aware of the incredible beauty and mystery of the universe we inhabit.
Beautifully said. So as we wrap up this incredible deep dive into the search for extraterrestrial life, what's the one key takeaway you'd like our listeners to ponder as they gaze up at the night sky?
I would say this: stay curious, keep exploring, and never stop asking questions. The universe is vast and full of mysteries, and we're just beginning to scratch the surface of what's out there. Who knows what amazing discoveries await us in the future? And maybe, just maybe someday, we'll find out that we're not alone in this grand cosmic adventure.
What a thought. And remember, for more information on this episode, including links to all the resources we mentioned, just head over to our website at www.dansplain.xyz.
See you next time.
Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep dansplaining the world around you.